It's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you guys watching the videos and just being so kind. I really do appreciate it. If you missed it, on Monday I mentioned that my grandmother passed away last Friday, and then it was the anniversary of my dad's death. So I didn't feel in the creative mood, but I thought I would reshare things I did last year that I absolutely love. So this one was 2 for 1. It's a gift and a card. And basically, I picked up some wooden ornaments on Amazon and I made cards using them. So you have your Christmas card and then they can just take off the ornament. This set, I believe, sold to a friend, but I still have some of the gnomes and stuff left. I actually have an Etsy shop, so if you're interested in any kind of Christmas cards, that is linked down below. I also have a lot of LGBTQIA+ cards. I have a little bit of everything down there. I also have holiday card kits, so if you want to hand make your holiday cards but you don't want to mess with the labor, I've done it all for you. You just have to glue. That is linked in the description box down below as well. Hopefully I will be back Monday with some kind of real-time videos. Next week we're going to be doing some stuff with some digital stamps. I'm really excited to share that with you because it's a quick and simple, beginner-friendly way to get into coloring, etc. So yeah. So if you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Follow me on Instagram. I'm at TheJollyFatElf. That's enough. Let's head over to the craft table and I will show you one of my favorite projects from 2022. It's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Thank you so much for joining me. So in today's video, I have one of two, kind of 2 for 1 Christmas cards. So if you watched my Amazon haul at the beginning of September, I showed you like different ornaments that I had purchased, like flat wooden ornaments that I purchased that I wanted to use on cards. And that's exactly what we're doing today and in the next video. So when I say 2 for 1, this is basically a holiday card, Christmas card with a gift because the ornament is a gift. So I really love how both sets of these worked out, and these are going to be available in the Etsy shop if you haven't checked that out. A link is in the description box down below. So these will be available for purchase. I love both sets because today we're doing more of like the Nordic kind of Christmas set. And then in the next video will be those really cute gnomes that I showed you. So if you haven't already, I hope you'll consider subscribing. And don't forget to do some kind of engagement. Like the video, leave me a heart, something, just to let me know that you're here and you've seen and you enjoyed all of the things. So let's head over to the craft table and I'm going to walk you through the first of 2 for 1 cards. Before we get started, you may hear Roxy meowing outside the door, but I'm trying to get some stuff done. So she is banished from the craft room for now. Okay, so I found some kind of knitted sweater paper on Etsy, and I have printed those, filled the page, and then did 4 copies of each on each sheet of paper. And I just printed this on inexpensive cardstock. I really love this pattern. My initial thought was to use an embossing folder that I'd purchased that was kind of a similar print. The problem is it's a 3D embossing folder and I cannot get it to work with my Gemini. I've tried every single thing I can think of, and then it ended up bending the folder. So now the folder doesn't close. So don't even get me started on that. So we are making 24 cards today. I have 4 each of 6 designs. These will be available probably sometime next week in the Etsy shop. So make sure you are following and liking and keeping updated on that. I think I'm going to do 4 sets of 6. So that way you have 1 of each design. So I am using those note cards I picked off Amazon. So I just cut the paper down, and you can see there that I don't have quite enough on one side, and I'm just going to go ahead and trim those down on that side. It was really hard to get, I really wanted 8, so 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and it's hard to do that when you're using, a sheet of paper that an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that doesn't go all the way to the edges, no matter how much I draw. So once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and divide these into the white, the ones that has like the majority of white print, and then the ones that have the majority of the red print. And that's because for the red one, I'm going to put the white, I almost said onesie. That is not a onesie. What is that? Doily. The other one, I would put the other color. Oh my word. So again, I just picked up these off of Amazon. They weren't that expensive. They're not inexpensive, but they weren't that expensive either. And again, I really love the thought process, or not the thought process, but like this concept of being able to send a card, but also that it has a little gift. No matter how small it is, it's the thought that counts, especially in these times, as I mentioned earlier. So these doilies are also from Amazon. I'm pretty sure they were in a Valentine's Day pack, and I'm just picking, these are paper, so I'm just pulling them off. I'm going to be adhering them in the middle of the card using just some liquid glue. And I'm doing my best to make sure I'm getting one piece at a time. There are a couple of where I grabbed more than one. So yeah. So this is some glue from Stamp Anything. It came in the grab and go kit that I've been using. And so I went ahead and just used that and just put it in the center. I'm only putting this in the center. It doesn't need to be flat for me. I kind of like that it hangs up a little bit. Not hangs up, you know what I mean? It doesn't lie completely flat to the card. I've been doing a lot of voiceovers. I'm about to lose my voice. I apologize. I really love how these cards turned out. Like I will probably do this again if I had to imagine. They're really quick and easy to do. The most time consuming part was the adhering. Really, that's what took the longest, the cutting and the adhering. So this is definitely something I will do again. You guys will have to let me know if this is something that you're interested in. If you're wanting to purchase, let me know. Yeah, absolutely. We can do some, what's it called? Like I can do a custom order for you. That's what I was trying to say. I try to keep this without a whole lot of embellishment because I wanted the ornaments to be the embellishment. So they're the gift, they're the embellishment, they're the main focal point of these cards. And I really do like how these turned out. So I have these sheets of glue dots, and I actually used these glue dots on the back of the ornaments, and that's how I'm attaching them to the doily. I'm not attaching the string that's tied to them. I'm only attaching the ornament. So as you can see there, I've left the string to the side. At that point, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with it. I do feel like I came up with a pretty good solution that I'll show you once we get to that part of the video. These glue dots are big, and they came from Amazon too, and it's like 500 or something in a box. So which was good because the ones you're going to see me use on Monday, most of them had 2, sometimes up to 4, because I wanted to make sure that it stuck. And they're much bigger. They're more bigger. They're much bigger than these ornaments. So you could really do this with whatever ornaments you found on Amazon or AliExpress or whenever you want to do this. You just want to make sure that, because these basically weigh nothing. If you think about it, they remind me of the wood embellishments that everybody was using there for a while. You guys remember? Everybody had wood embellishments. And so it's kind of the same thing. It's kind of the same kind of weight. They're not too thin, but they're thinner. And again, these are Christmas ornaments. So you can just go on Amazon or wherever you get, cute little Christmas ornaments and do this. And again, these are flat. You shouldn't have to add extra postage or have them hand canceled. If you're worried about it, you can put a cheap piece of cardstock on the front of each of them before you put them in the envelope to send them. But I don't think these would be an issue. Again, they're not heavy. I mean, they're not any heavier than like a shaker card. So that shouldn't be an issue. They should go through the mail with a stamp. But again, I don't think they would, I don't think they're thick enough to be an issue with having to have them hand canceled. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. The hardest part of this whole process right here was trying to make sure that I didn't pull the glue dot back off the ornament when I was pulling off the backer sheet. And what I like about these ornaments in comparison to the ones that I'm going to show you on Monday is these are painted on both sides. Those are only painted on one side. It's not that big of a deal, but I just felt like they went on a bit smoother with these ornaments than they did on the other ones. So once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and share with you all of the designs. And like I said, at this point, I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with that string, but I came up with what I feel like is a pretty good solution. So I'm going to pull all these up, so put them back down. So I'm going to show you what they look like. So to take care of the string, the jute, whatever you want to call it, I'm actually going to use a piece of washi tape and washi tape it to the back. Now, I couldn't really think of what else I could do that would secure it without it being overly secured, so to speak. And I didn't want it to rip anything. So I just have this really thin gold washi tape that I put on the back and just taped the back, taped the string to the back. And that worked out perfectly. And again, it's just really thin washi tape. I didn't put it on my hand or anything to take off the adhesive, but you can see there easily to remove and it can go on someone's Christmas tree. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. Let me know which one of these is your absolute favorite because I have my favorite. And it would be interesting to know what yours is. I hope you have a good day, night, weekend, wherever you are. I love your faces and I'll see you Monday for the second video in this kind of 2-for-1 series.